Hi, my name is Stacy Levy, and I'm here to talk with you today about communicating with kids who have learning differences and learning disabilities. It's important for us to understand that there are two main types of communication. There's declarative and imperative communication. The difference between these two may not seem obvious, but in quality, they are enormous. So, declarative communication is more of that experience sharing communication. It's going to be the wondering, it's going to be the pondering, it's going to be the problem solving, and the sharing of experiences through commenting, exclamations, those types of things. Whereas imperative is going to be more of your questioning, it's going to be more of your directives. And so those are very important for us to note when we're talking about communication in general, but specifically when we talk about children with learning challenges. It is found in research that when we approach a child who has a different learning style, communication difficulties, learning difficulties, parents and adults tend to engage with them in more of an imperative style as opposed to declarative style. This would look more like questioning, even though we know the answer, we might be questioning because we're wanting that feedback from that child, and that feedback from the child is very much more challenged when we approach them in a more declarative manner. So an example would be, instead of saying, "Wow, it's a really beautiful day outside today," we would approach the child and say, "What's the weather like today?" And so just that little moment, that little change in our communication style can mean a big difference when we're talking about how to engage the child in more of a dynamic thinking, more of a problem solving, allowing them the opportunity to consider and think about their own voice. And so it really is important as we talk to parents about how we can support the work that's being done with our therapists, for them to engage in more declarative communication as opposed to imperative communication. They're getting plenty of imperative communication at school when they are being tested and drilled and whatnot. So what I would encourage you to do as a parent is I would encourage you to comment with your child and pause. Make observations with your child and pause. The pausing is so important, and for our children who require a little bit more think time, you're going to maybe want to count to 20 in your head and give them that time to process and the opportunity to respond. So acknowledge the child's perspectives and feelings about different situations. These are all wonderful things that globally are going to help your child become a better thinker, processor, and ultimately a better communicator. So I'm not telling you to throw away the questioning, because sometimes you're going to want to say, what'd you have for lunch at school today? But I would encourage you to maybe pause and think and say, "Oh, I had the best lunch today when I went out with my friends. I would love to hear what you had for lunch." I mean, it's a step in the right direction. So if you would like more tips, or if you would like to understand more about how we use communication as an important part of our therapy process, contact us at dtsbr.com, or you can reach us by phone at 225-767-5032. You can also, if you're not quite sure if your child has a learning or a language challenge, you're welcome to complete one of our free developmental screeners, and we can help guide you as to what the next steps are after that. Thank you for listening.